Now, one of the participants, a friend of the show, Claudia Tenney, Republican from New York. So, Claudia.
Good morning.
Good morning. Are you going to tell us?
I told you I'd be back.
And you are. Have you negotiated away any idea of dropping that deduction? Is it now off the table?
Apparently, after last night's phone call, that was all 9 Republicans in the New York delegation participated. Everybody gave our input. And the SALT is going to be a huge issue, the state and local tax deductibility. The big debate is whether or not we use income tax, property tax, sales tax, mortgage interest, charitable deductions, and all those things. And one thing that, as I've continued to investigate and look into this issue that's really a problem is the lack of deductibility of the income tax. And I'll tell you why. It's the only deductibility.
Yeah, you've got to tell us what happened in the phone call. You've got to tell them. Now, I'm sure that all 9 of you really laid it on thick that in New York State, you'd end that deduction. You get rid of that deduction, and all hell breaks loose for upper income earners. Now, did you come away from that phone call with the feeling that Messrs. Mnuchin and Cohen would, in fact, drop the whole idea of that deduction? Did you come away with that?
I don't know, but I hope that we are pushing them to come up with, if we don't completely eliminate it, which is the ideal situation, that we have some way to protect our New York taxpayers. Because remember, as I was just saying, the income tax is not voluntary. You don't have to buy a house, and if you don't buy a house, then you don't have to worry about mortgage tax, you don't have to worry about deductibility of property taxes. But you must pay your income tax, and that's the one that's not voluntary. And to me, that's the most onerous, and it's the most significant when you look at the tax burdens across the nation. A really interesting study was done comparing the Golden State, California, and New York State, showing the income taxes, even though the California state income tax is higher in the highest levels, it's actually taking away the income tax deduction, the state income tax deduction, is more onerous to New York State than California because they have higher values and higher property tax deduction than we would. So, to me, the income tax now becomes the real difficult question, and we need to fight for that.
Obviously, they listened to you. Did you get any indication that they're prepared to accept your argument and that doing away with that deduction would end any idea that you would vote for this tax cut package?
Well, let's put it this way. Mnuchin and Cohen are both New Yorkers. We all emphasize that. They understand what's going on in New York. And let me just be perfectly honest again. All of the high taxation in New York is squarely the fault of our Democratic progressive friends in Albany who have continued to abuse the taxpayers with high tax and spend policy. They've created this very unfriendly business situation with high taxes, a very onerous estate tax with an untenable exclusion for even for small businesses and family farmers. Albany is squarely at fault, but at the same time, our taxpayers are at the mercy of Albany politicians, and we need to continue to fight to protect our taxpayers, and that's what we're going to be doing. The next couple of days are going to be very dynamic. We're going to be fighting this fight. We'll keep in touch, but I mean, this is not done yet, and we are not done fighting for some kind of relief for our taxpayers.
Claudia Tenney.
So that's where we are.
Reporter on the phone call last night, and we appreciate that. Thank you very much, Claudia.
Thank you.
I want to see you again real soon, okay? Big deal this one.
Thank you.
Yes, ma'am.
All right,
Thank
bye-bye.
you.